here. Welcome to the third episode of PeachCast. And our guest, Zenith,
Yes, it's me.
is with us today. Our topic today is, will ProtoGens become as common as foxes in the fandom? What's your opinion on this topic?
So honestly, just looking at my Discord server, there's so many. It's crazy how many ProtoGens have come around recently, and it's all like the younger generation that are now ProtoGens. I see rarely like anyone above like I guess 25-ish being a ProtoGen, but it's very common for like people who are just starting out with the fandom to become a ProtoGen, in my opinion.
Yeah, I really do like ProtoGens because I think the main benefits a ProtoGen suits have is the visor.
Oh yeah,
because
for
they have a lot more visibility than even Follow Me Eyes do.
sure. Yeah, you could definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of customization too. Like unless you're really technical with fursuits, it's really hard to get like the moving jaw and whatnot. But with like, if you know a bit about coding and like um,
Yeah,
electronics, you could make fully custom like facial expressions with the ProtoGen too.
which is really neat. I've seen a lot of like coding that people have done, like angry and overheating and that kind of stuff, which is quite handy.
Yeah, I know this one ProtoGen. You probably know them. I don't know if you know or not, but like they're like the person who has like the Poggers face ProtoGen, like, and like he goes to he's close by me, and he's insane with like the actual mechanics and stuff. Like it's really cool what you can do with like the LEDs and everything.
And I mean, hopefully, I think ProtoGens will probably become cheaper as time goes on because at the moment they're very expensive because of all the 3D printed parts and all of the electronics and such in them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're not going to see a lot of ProtoGen fursuits yet. We're going to see a few, not a lot, like right now. But I think give 5-10 years, this huge surge of ProtoGens that are younger are going to grow up. They're going to finally have the money to get fursuits or whatnot, and so we're going to see a massive spike, I think.
And technically, I could say Beauty and the Beast probably was the inspiration for ProtoGens.
Maybe, yeah.
Because her suit is amazing, and that's the one with all the speakers in and stuff.
For sure, yeah.
Which I can see could have been an inspiration for ProtoGens because ProtoGens kind of share a lot of electronics in the same way.
Well, I think for sure, like for the construction of the fursuit, absolutely. I think, yeah, they're both really cool fursuits and like just species designs in general. I'm actually really excited to see see what people do in the future with it because it's going to be really interesting what we can do like 5 years from now. Like you've seen like how fursuits have progressed over like 10-20 years, how much higher quality they've gotten. I can't wait to see how how like fursuits with ProtoGens look in 10 years when you have like more intricate parts in them.
Because I mean, my original suit, Peaches, which is the profile picture, that one wasn't very well built when I bought him, so he had to be rebuilt. And the major downside with him is the bridge between the nose. Because it's such a wide bridge. It's, in other words, it's like seeing like a horse. So you see the sides of you, but if there's anything in the middle, like a lamppost or bollard, you won't see it.
Yeah, not much visibility there, huh?
Which is a major problem with my older suit.
Yeah,
which
sure.
the newer one's better built, which will have bigger eyes and nicer visibility on it.
That's great. Yeah. Hopefully you didn't hear that ping. That's fine. Okay, we're fine. Yeah. I can't. There's a lot of just going back on like how many ProtoGens there are as compared to like foxes and whatnot. Um, I think it will by far be the number one for Sona, give or take a few years.
Yeah.
By far, like it's not even a contest to me personally, because foxes. I mean, it's a very good vanilla starter for Sona, or not a starter, but like.
But
Like
it's
a very
common.
relatable, like if you just want, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, foxes are very common because they're just an all around good species, right? ProtoGens, because I guess you have a lot of new Zoomers, I guess, that are all like technology based. ProtoGens are absolutely a favorite compared to foxes.
And then one thing I've not seen anyone do with a ProtoGen yet, it'd be really neat, is an actual one for the body of it's made out of wood. Out of wood.
Out of what? Sorry.
Out of wood, so made out of like matchsticks and that kind of stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is technically possible, but it would be pretty heavy.
That would be really interesting to see. Because if you make it too thin, it can break easily. If you make it too thick, it's stupid heavy. But like the metal like bottom part of ProtoGens.
Yeah.
I think definitely that's a place that it could be. I don't see. I'm honestly not well versed in ProtoGen fursuits, so I don't know if like a lot of fursuits actually have that like metal part around, not like metal, but like maybe plastic or something. I'm not sure if it's just all fur for the suits, or if it's just that included. But I would really see that'd be interesting there to have like wood or whatnot, or just in general having that included in the fursuit.
And I wonder if it's possible to get like different coloured visors, because I've only seen them with black visors currently.
I think it's really just for the matter of when you have the black visor, it doesn't let light in as well, so you can't really see inside the visor when you have the black visor. Yeah. So that is definitely a help. If you have a clear one, it's really easy to see inside. So maybe just anything that's very tinted, that'd be neat to see.
Yeah, it works similar to fursuit eyes, because the back of those are usually painted black on the inside of the head.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't let that much light in the head, but you can see out quite easily.
Yeah, exactly. So something
similar to that. So it kind of works
a
bit like sunglasses in that sense.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I wonder if like you could get something like a pink tinted visor or something. I actually, now that I think about it, I don't see many ProtoGen personas that are like have different colored visors. I'm trying to come up with examples, but I think everyone keeps with the traditional, just black background.
And one sona that I kind of want to do, just as an experiment I've got planned, is kind of do one for the eyes on it of those LED infinity mirrors. So that essentially be built in a way they won't have fursuit eyes you can see out of, but it would have like a VR headset kind of built into it you can see out of.
Yeah, a buddy of mine a while back, we were talking about like what mods you could do to fursuits, and I've always wondered, like, fursuits heads are kind of are obviously larger than your own, right? They usually have a bit of mass and extra space to them. So I'm wondering, like, how much components, like mechanical components, can you fit inside there to like track your face or whatnot, or do something with like computers, so you could have like even more like movement and customization of the fursuit itself, like where it even becomes even more lifelike.
Yeah, I mean, with my newer suit, I'm actually fitting like fiber optics into it, which
oh, nice,
was pretty tricky to do, because the circuits that I needed to make, they don't make it in that size. So I had to custom make the parts and the circuit itself for it to fit inside of the head base.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Which was pretty tricky to do because it was like a normal light driver that works on 3AA batteries down to like a button cell. So I managed to get the whole thing down to about like 3 inches in diameter.
Oh, neat. Yeah, that's really cool.
Which was pretty tricky to do because to get that small you need to have a steady hand soldering.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, really interesting. Fursuit mods are they're really cool. Just anything in general, like just being able to add that little extra flair.
Yeah. Like I know my older suit had pink LED like light up eyes, which I'm not fitting on a new one because those LEDs are a little too bright for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks good, but visibility wise, it's like if it's dark, you can't see where you're going whatsoever. It's just a pink glow.
Yeah.
And then if it's like sunny, then yeah, you can see where you're going. But if it's dark, you pretty much can't see anything.
Not very ideal, isn't it?
Yeah, which is why I'm not going to fit them with a new one, because the newer ones I've actually got like 3D printed the follow me eye parts.
Yeah.
Which is really neat, but the only downside of the 3D printed is you can't really drill holes in them to fit little lights and stuff because they'll end up breaking.
Yeah. So honestly, I wonder, like, you know how some people get like creeped out or weirded out by fursuits? Like it's not for everybody, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
I wonder how much more it would be if you actually had like movable eyes that followed where you were looking. Like I wonder how much that would freak people out more.
That probably would freak out people quite a bit. I mean,
yeah.
I've not seen anyone do it yet, but that's probably why.
Yeah.
But it's kind of similar to the idea that I had on one sona before, which was have actual VU meters as the eyes on it. So the eyes, basically the volume needles move when there's sound.
Yeah.
Which would have been creepy, but it would have looked pretty good.
I think, yeah. I think as fursuits get better, we're going to cross closer into that uncanny valley. We're like, oh shit, it's moving.
I mean, technically it is doable because I have seen those little LED movable eyes you can get for fursuits. But they're like something like £200 or like $200 or something for those.
Yeah.
Which is pretty expensive. Eventually those will probably become quite cheap though. And then the only other option I could think of would be the like Furby. The newer Furby eyes that move.
Oh, yeah.
Which you could probably redesign the software to fit those into a fursuit.
Something like that,
which will look pretty cool, but it would be pretty creepy at the same time.
I've been tinkering around with the idea of, so like on my YouTube channel, like my Zenith one, I do a lot of like coding and like machine learning stuff. I've always been tinkering around with the idea of like modding and creating like a application for that I put into my fursuit, right? Like I have like a camera that is behind my tail, and what it would do is if someone's nearby, it would just flap them or something, or swap them with my tail, which I think would be hilarious. I think, yeah, there's a lot of neat things you could do, either irritating or fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I have been tempted to get a 360 camera recently for like fursuit stuff eventually when we can do those again.
Yeah. We're a bit off from that, but yeah, hopefully soon.
But yeah, the camera stuff is a cool idea. I mean, they'll probably be good hidden because then it'll kind of blend in with the fur.
Yeah, and there's like really small ones available. Like they're like called like spy cameras or something, which I mean, it's kind of weird to sell those, but they're like this, not even like 2 centimeters wide, so you could easily just fit that in the bottom, get some components that fit somewhere, I don't know, and then you could do all that.
Yeah. I mean, one idea with the infinity mirrors I've had planned for like a sona, if I can do, is have that as a VR on the inside so you can see where you're going.
Yeah.
But as you can't see through those mirrors, there's a flat disc. But yeah. If I do that sona, I think I'm deliberately going to call it golf ball, because it'd be that kind of like weird retro style sona.
You would have to like do something with like a hat or something, obscure it in some way. But yeah, augmented reality probably has a really good use for fursuits when it comes to visibility like that.
Yeah, because there's some cool ideas you can do with like LED infinity mirrors and all kinds of newer LEDs that are coming out. You can do some pretty cool stuff with. The only downside is obviously you can't see through them. So that's where the VR would come in handy for that kind of use.
Yeah, sure, true, yeah.
But it wouldn't be easy because you'd have to design it in a way that it's easy to put on and it's easy to fit inside the suit without making the head too big.
Yeah, no, that's the real danger, is that technically you could fit inside of a fursuit head, but the fursuit head would have to be large. So it's a balancing act between making the right size and fitting the right components.
Yeah, because I mean, you technically can get really tiny LCDs, but like just the VR like parts that goes around your face, a sponge, that's usually about like 1 inch thick, just that one piece.
Yeah.
Which can make quite a difference when you're building a suit.
I'd imagine it would be very disorienting too, to walk like that for the first time, not seeing directly out your own eyes, but seeing the area around you.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to see, like how people react to that.
And it is kind of tempting to make it as a circle sona now one, because I think a circle one it'll be quite different if I do that. But circles are like extremely common, which is kind of why my second sona when I do that, I kind of want to do a turtle, because I've not seen a turtle fursuit yet.
Yeah, and if you make a turtle fursuit, you could have all your stuff in the shell, extra
pretty
stuff.
Much, yeah.
But yeah, that turtle sonas would be really cool. That'd be really interesting to see.
And shall we change topic if you want, or?
Sure, go for it. Yeah.
And what's your opinion on YouTube's new ad system and smaller creators not in a program?
So for me, the ad system isn't really affecting me in any way currently, but for smaller creators, I can see how it's such a big issue. The problem I have with it is that there's almost no point for YouTube to do it, and it's a cash grab that won't net them anything. So I guess if people aren't aware of what the new ad system is, basically YouTube will be putting ads on content creators who don't have like the ability to monetize their videos yet. They'll allow ads on their videos so that YouTube gets the revenue, but the creators don't get any ad revenue at all. And the issue with that, I really think, is that small creators don't make up even, I would even say 5% of the total views a day that YouTube gets, right? So adding ads to a small creator's channel isn't going to net you any more money, because at a business point it makes no sense. At a social relation standpoint, it makes no sense. All around, it's stupid.
Yeah, like I know in my channel, unfortunately, I don't get the watch hours for it, but I think it's kind of lame because, in other words, what I can see may do is deter people from watching videos from smaller creators because they'll end up getting annoying ads and stuff, which everyone at this point hates the ads on YouTube.
For sure, yeah. Personally, with ads, honestly, I just, if it's 5-second unskippable, who cares? 15-second skippable ads are kind of absolutely irritating, but as long as let me just skip those 5 seconds, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure if it would really deter people, but it's just YouTube is stupid. I guess.
Yeah.
It's really just the summary I can make there. Yeah.
But the only ads that I don't like are with the unskippable ones, when you give the ones it's up to a minute.
Absolutely.
It's why?
What's the point of doing this? Yeah.
It's at that point you may as well just buy YouTube Red, which is kind of what they want you to do, but
yeah, I guess that's really the whole point. It makes sense at a I think they even lost YouTube Reds from that. First off, before I go into that, I think they I saw a lot of people on Twitter. They're like, "Oh wow, you're gonna add this now? Well, I guess I'm gonna cancel my Red subscription." So, I don't think that really worked in their favor. But the other thing is for one thing, if it's something like DMCA content, or not DMCA content, but copyrighted content, and someone puts it on their channel, and then the music company is like, "Oh, you can't have this. I'm gonna put ads on your video." That makes sense, I guess. Depends on the context. It's a very gray area there, but that makes sense. You use someone else's content, they want to monetize that, so ads are on your channel even if you can't monetize. That's fair. Putting ads on a video and on a small creator's video, and they can't earn money from it, and you're only earning money from it, and it's their content that they put on your platform, that's a bit messed up.
Yeah, the small creators should get a percentage of it, because I remember YouTube when they used to do with the ad revenue, they did a need for watch hours, which that was when YouTube was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I wonder if they're actually going to make it more accessible, because I feel like the trend with the partner program or the creator program, whatever it's called, has been they've slowly been lowering the bar, at least from what I remember. Because remember pre-2013 or whatever, right? YouTube, you could only get money through the those content creator groups like Machinima, right? You would have to partner with one of those companies so that you could get the ad revenue from that. And then now they allowed original creators, and then I think they've been slowly lowering the bar. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on that. But I wonder if they're going to be in the future lower the requirements, instead of 4,000 watch hours, it's 2,000 watch hours, and then instead of 1,000, it's 500 subs.
Yeah, which would be a nice idea if done, because 4,000 watch hours is quite a fair bit.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. My second channel,
you're not gonna get that without getting something that goes viral, in other words.
Yeah, with my second channel, I made a video that my first video popped off a bit, right? And even then, that wasn't even close to getting 1/4 of the requirements.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So I feel like a best move for YouTube, I think the only reason why they do it at such a high barrier for 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours is, one, if you get that many, it's not really indicative of quality, but I guess it's indicative of people want to watch your content, so they want to put ads on it, kind of thing. But now they're going to do this thing where they're going to put ads on everything. Why not lower the barrier? Let them get a cut of their ads.
And I mean, with YouTube, most of people get their revenue from the merchandise and Patreon nowadays anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely a big help, rather, than just ads. Ads are never the way to go if you want to actually earn money from YouTube.
Yeah. Because if you want to earn money off YouTube, you need, well, one, something to go viral, and two, you need quite a bit of money to spend for it to go viral.
Exactly. You know, with my furry memes channel, even at the size it's now, I could never do it full time. That's how low it earns when it comes to ad revenue. So you'd have to be insanely large, like Majira Strawberry level large, to even do it full time. You know, so for stuff like that. So if you're out there and you ever want to like do YouTube more often, do your ad revenue or your revenue through different streams than just ads, because ads are awful.
But one thing I like about YouTube is technically it's not really all about the money, because
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you spend a lot of money getting a good enough setup to do videos and stuff, but you don't really do YouTube for money. It's more for like for fun and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, my channels are really just me doing things I enjoy at this point, you know, and doing anything like just doing it for money, you're gonna burn yourself out so fast, because that's not what people try to achieve, but that's the wrong mindset to have, is to earn money off YouTube.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna get anywhere on YouTube if you're thinking you're gonna earn money.
Yeah, like at this point with my furry memes, I've been thinking about like how I want to be remembered as a channel. Do I just want to be that one channel that does shit post memes, or do I want to be someone who like grows communities? So that's why I've been starting to do stuff like promoting other channels, doing collabs and whatnot. Because you know, I think that's more beneficial overall than just posting a meme every week.
Yeah, it's like for a while I've not been doing many collabs, but I'm starting to get back on track with them.
Yeah, I started a few days ago is actually when I did my first collab with someone, you may not know them or not, but their name is like Mallow the Furry. And they do like VR and Call of Duty stuff. And, you know, I had a lot of fun with it. So I really want to start doing more collabs. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this podcast today, because, you know, I've been enjoying this stuff.
Yeah, collabs are a lot of fun. I mean, I haven't done them for a while because I think that could be because of a backlog, which there's some stuff on that backlog that's been on there since like April 2019.
I feel that, yeah.
Which is mostly convention videos, which eventually at some point I'll get around to doing them, but I made a mistake and recorded them all in 4K, which it wasn't a smart idea.
A lot of rendering.
Because if you've tried to render 4K videos, it's a nightmare. It's why nowadays I mostly just do 1080p still, because 1080p is pretty much easier to render. And it still looks pretty good as well.
Yeah, my headcanon when it comes to like YouTube and whatnot is that viewers don't really care about the video quality itself as long as it's good content. So 4K, I think with YouTube's algorithm, it does promote it a little bit more. YouTube tries to promote quality of the video. That's one of the factors, rather. So it does help to have higher quality, but when it comes to the viewers themselves, it's a very diminishing return kind of thing, because not everybody wants to watch a video in 4K. In fact, like 60% of the people who watch like my videos are on mobile, so they can't even watch it in 4K.
Yeah, because most people, I think, still nowadays have mostly 1080p monitors and stuff.
Yeah, 4K is a bit off still for mass.
Which it's a shame because I know the new PS5 and Series X are pushing 4K, but I would, knowing me, I would still run that on 1080p because that's what most people are probably going to do anyway.
I mean, I still run 1080p monitor. It works fine for me, I don't care about the pixels every once in a while. Who cares, I guess if you're like a really... I'm sorry. I guess if you're really like picky on the quality of the image, then sure. But for me, it doesn't matter.
I mean, like, if you're gonna talk about pixels, then buy a CRT monitor. It's like you can actually see the pixels with those.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, a lot of games I play in lower resolutions just because I prefer that FPS over the quality of the image.
Yeah. Like with a newer PC, it's wonderful because I'm running a higher end PC. It's got like an RTX 2060 Super and that kind of stuff. I can pretty much just throw any game at it.
Yeah.
So like, when I'm actually like editing down was like 5.5 hours recording on Minecraft. Which is a big file. That's like 30 gig, but the PC can handle it easily because RTX 2060 is like ridiculously high.
Oh yeah, it's nuts. And even now the 3000 series is even crazier and cheaper for the similar quality.
Which I like because my older PC was running, I think earlier this year. That was running a GTX 660, which is definitely showing its age.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's like
very old card now.
It's like you try to play any game, it's like I don't want to work. Like even Minecraft, it was having problems with working.
Yeah. That's when you retire it to become a server computer.
Yeah. Or what I might do is I might retire it to be a retro PC.
Oh, yeah.
So I can use it for like older MS-DOS and that kind of stuff for it.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I wonder if it can be supported on older systems.
Yeah, because I know with some older games, mostly MS-DOS and that kind of stuff, is Windows 10 doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Because Windows 10 does not want to run older games.
Microsoft, the company known for their backwards compatibility all the way, but still can't do that. But yeah.
Which doesn't make sense on some stuff. Like, if I remember, a theme park world won't run on a disc, but if you have a digital one, it will work.
That's interesting.
It's the same game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunate that newer PCs can't handle some older games.
Yeah, I think it's coming to that point where old PC games are becoming like the Atari games of the 80s when it comes to now, I guess. I don't know how to describe that. But basically, like, they're going to be more of like, this is what we did in the past rather than you want to play this, I guess.
Yeah, look, there's a couple of older games I do have on PC that do work. If I remember, Microsoft Train Simulator still works as well.
Oh, neat. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. I don't have any more words for that, I guess. I don't know. Sorry.
That's like 2001, I think, that one.
Yeah.
But that's when Microsoft decided to make a train game ridiculously complicated. They basically made it so you use the entire keyboard just to control the train and the game.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Which is a bit of a nightmare.
That does sound like a nightmare, yeah.
And then one game that actually works wonderfully on Windows 10, it's I I'm so tempted to do a video on his Maelstrom because
I've heard of that, but I don't.
It's one of those games that's incredibly underrated.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But should we end the topic or search with YouTube?
Yeah, I don't really have much more to add when it comes to video games and whatnot. But yeah, that's I think to summarize when I come back to the YouTube stuff, it's kind of pointless. And if they're gonna do it, then they need to change their positions on like what small creators can and cannot like earn money off of. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess that's pretty much it for topics.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And pretty much that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for watching the podcast. Please like and subscribe if you're new. And please check out Zenith in the description. And this is Peach signing out. Stars under the stars.